Jacob Kimball here. Going to read Psalm chapter 1 and share some insights. So here we go. Psalm 1. How blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, nor stand in the path of sinners, nor sit in the seat of scoffers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night. He will be like a tree firmly planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in its season, and its leaf does not wither. And whenever he does, he prospers. The wicked are not so, but they are like chaff which the wind drives away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish. This Psalm 1 has been pivotal in my journey along the road, and has helped me along early on as a baby Christian. It helped me understand not to stand in the middle of the train tracks when the freight train's moving, so to speak. Not to stand in the path of sinners, and to sit in the seat of scoffers, people who despise the Lord, despise God, despise the Bible. To not sit with them, so to speak, to not affiliate myself to some regard in those conversations, because the Lord has called us out to be separate. And then chapter 2 has been, or verse 2 has been, awesome reminder and super motivational for me to meditate on the law of the Lord, to meditate on the scriptures day and night. In this day and age, as fast as the world is going, as fast as the world tells us to go and to be, it is a discipline of the mind and of the body and of the heart, to sit down, relax, and enjoy reading the scriptures and meditating on what God wants to speak to us through His Bible, and through the Word. And then in verse 3, how a tree is firmly planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in its season, and its leaf does not wither. This is a description of the man who meditates on the Word day and night, who has a relationship with Jesus Christ. And this is the kind of tree that when the storms come, when the waves hit, when the dry seasons hit, the tree still remains, and it's still planted next to the river, and it provides shade, and it's healthy, and it's alive, and it's active, and there's things going on and it's stable, and the roots of this type of tree go way down into the ground, so the wind doesn't blow it over, and it's steady and stable, and it's there year in and year out. And we see that in many examples of people in the Bible, and even saints here that are still on the earth and that are about to go to heaven. And it's a beautiful testimony of the truth of this word, because the word is living and active, and just like a tree or a man who's meditating on the word, he will be living and active. He will have life flowing inside of him, just like a tree that's healthy and alive. And verses 4, 5, and 6 are really have helped me understand a bird's eye view of maybe God's perspective, because in God's kingdom there's only two types of people that He sees: those who have a relationship with Jesus, and have received Jesus into their life, and those who haven't. And verses 4, 5, and 6 are a detailed description, using chaff and the physical elements of chaff and wind to describe what's going to happen to those at the end of the age and the end of people's lives, whether they had a relationship with Jesus or not. What's going to happen to them, and hence the gift of Jesus Christ in John 3:16, to anyone who would receive Him, that won't be blown away. um, and it's also good news for the righteous. In verse 6 says, "For the Lord knows the way of the righteous," and that's very comforting to know that He has His eye on His kids, on those of us who know Him and want to get to know Him, and um, that's very, very, very comforting to know that. So there's Psalm chapter 1. It's huge in my life, and every time I read it, it's probably one of my top chapters in all the Bible. It makes sense to me. So I hope you were blessed, and talk to you soon.